All right. So with the 2019-2020 NFL season almost over, playoffs games were yesterday for the to go to the divisional game. So right now I'm actually watching the college football playoffs, but I figured I'd come out with my first Detroit Lions mock draft of the year. Um, this is still early, so a lot of these players I have us getting in this draft could potentially climb up the board or go higher than what I think. But this is just off of what I know right now. So keep that in mind when you hear someone's name that you think should be lower or higher on this mock draft, or should not be there when they pick. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, let's get to it. So in the 2020 NFL Draft, Detroit Lions carry the third overall selection in the first round, where I believe pick is going to be traded with the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are looking for the quarterback of the future, and with the Giants sitting behind Detroit as well as Miami after that, carrying the fifth pick. So I think the Chargers are going to jump Miami here to get their quarterback of the future, and whoever that may be, and Miami will pick up the third best guy available. So that leaves us with our person that we already originally wanted to draft because I don't think the Giants are going to take him. And that is Jeffrey Okudah, cornerback out of Ohio State. This kid is by far the best corner in the draft. I believe he's going to be a serious update to our defensive back depth and be an instant starter day one across from Darius Slay. I think that's a big improvement overall in our defense. And for us moving down to the sixth pick, we also received the Chargers' second round selection at pick 37. So moving on to the next round in this mock draft, I have the Detroit Lions at pick 35, picking up Josh Jones, offensive tackle out of Houston. Josh Jones may not be available here, but I believe this is an area of need as offensive tackle. Rick Wagner is not very good. Actually, our whole offensive line needs to be revamped, but I think that picking up Josh Jones is an instant improvement. It's going to help keep Matthew Stafford healthy, keep him off his back. If I do say so myself, I really like that pick. Josh Jones, a really good, solid pass blocker as well as run protection, and he's pretty fluent in his hips. But we'll see how he does in the combine, so on and so forth. With the next selection in the second round, which we inquired in the trade with the Chargers, pick 37, I was kidding. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker out of Oklahoma. Jared Davis, I don't believe he's going to get his option picked up this year. He's been a solid player, but I also believe that he may be let go just due to his production hasn't exactly been there. But if they do keep him, I would love to see them moving more to the outside because he's not really a true inside linebacker like he wants to be. And he's just been, I don't even want to get into it because he kind of pissed me off, but anyway, that's what I was doing there. Moving on to the next round, round 3, pick 67 here. I went one of two ways here. I could have went wide receiver because we do need a slot, but I went with Travis Etienne, running back at Clemson. Watching the game right now, this kid runs with a lot of power and a lot of speed. I think that's something that the Lions really haven't had in a long time, is actually a run game. Kerryon Johnson can't really stay healthy, and when he is healthy, he is good, but we really don't have that change of pace guy, and I think Kerryon and Travis could be a two-headed monster in Detroit and help lead the team in rushing and help open up a lot of passing lanes for Matthew Stafford. Moving on to the next pick here, where I did go wide receiver. I believe the Lions do have a good combination right now with Marvin Jones Jr. and Kenny Galladay. But Danny Amendola, he was good this year, but he's not the youngest person anymore. We kind of need that slot receiver. So I was getting KJ Hill here, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. Very athletic individual who can play the slot, he can play outside. Kind of give us those 1-on-1 matchups that win those 1-on-1 matchups that we need our wide receivers to make when Matthew Stafford throws it long. Moving on to the next pick here, which is round 5, pick 131. Here I could see the Lions doing more of two things, but I was picking up Kenny Willekes, defensive end / edge on Michigan State. We need a edge rusher. Kenny Willekes has a really high motor, and I believe that's something that Detroit really hasn't had in a long time in a pass rusher, minus Kennard, but Kennard's typically more of an outside linebacker, but Kenny Willekes is more of a true defensive end. He has very good arm talent. Pass rushing talent, I should say. Very good with his hands, and as I said, he has a high motor, and he gets better as time goes. Moving on to the next pick in the 5th round at pick 154. Here I have us getting some help. Blau really didn't impress me too much besides the first game he played with. So I was actually picking up a quarterback here in Jalen Hurts, quarterback out of Oklahoma. I don't believe he's still going to be here, but as of right now, when a couple of the sites I had him listed in the 5th round, so I had us taking him. But I believe he's more of a 3rd or 4th round guy, but nonetheless, Jalen Hurts here. Matthew Stafford has been healthy up until this year when he broke his back. That's due to our offensive line not keeping him off of his back. But Jalen Hurts here, I think that's the way to go, because look at all the quarterbacks that have been drafted in the last 2-3 years. They're all dual threat for the most part. I think Jalen Hurts would be a great selection here. He can be decisive, and I think working with Matthew Stafford here for his first couple seasons would definitely benefit him in the long run. Now our last pick here is in the 6th round this year at pick 162. I have us getting Terrell Burgess, the safety at Utah. Just adds a little extra depth there in the safety position that we really haven't had. We lost one of the best safeties that we ever had this season due to trade, but I'm not getting into that. But subscribe to my videos. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to try to post another video here within the next 2 weeks. So let me know, and I'm out.